Good evening, everyone, and welcome to high school basketball here on Ticket TV. Tonight, we are at Hermon High School. Game 2 of our doubleheader here tonight. The Hawks girls already winners over Warno. Game 2 here tonight. The Old Town Coyote boys taking on the Hermon Hawk boys. And Ernie, let's start with the visitors. Jim Churchill, Ernie Clark, by the way. Let's start with the visitors, the Old Town Coyotes.
Coyotes actually come into this game with a better regular season record by 2 games than Hermon. The Old Town Coyotes at 7-5 on the season, including their season opener back on January 26th, a 65-62 win over the Hermon Hawks. An exciting game, close all the way through, and Old Town got a bunch of three-pointers, I believe 4 in the fourth quarter from sophomore Gabe Gifford, and that was just enough to put them over the top. It didn't get them the home court advantage for this particular game, but they know they can win. Talking with Mark Reed, the Hermon coach, a few moments ago, they feel like they've much improved since then, so should be another interesting contest tonight.
All right, and we are just moments away from the start of this one, and meanwhile we've got Brian Stackpole standing by down on the court, and he's going to chat with the coaches here prior to our ball game here tonight. And we'll start with the Coyotes coach. Here's Brian.
How do you feel like your team progressed throughout this season?
I think we've come quite a bit of a ways in some areas. With being such a short season, it feels like it went very fast. I mean, we did 12 games in a very short period of time. But as I look back, I think we're improving in some of our camaraderie and starting to get used to each other on the court. So those are the biggest improvements that I've seen so far.
And what's one or a couple of keys to beating this very difficult Hermon Hawks team?
For us, really, it's taking care of the ball. We got to box out and rebound. I mean, we're a shorter team. We got to keep Dow off the boards and all of them, and then hopefully make a few shots.
Perfect, Coach. Good luck.
Awesome. Thank you.
Back to you and Jim and Ernie.
All right. Thank you, Brian. And Brian will track down the Hermon Hawk head coach, Mark Reed, as the Hawks getting the home court advantage here by a very slender margin, Ernie.
Yeah, they used winning percentage within the pod, and within the pod, Hermon was 5-6, Old Town was 4-5. The difference between winning percentages of .454 for Hermon, .444 for Old Town. So by 10 1/100ths of a point, the game is here at Hermon.
All right, back on the floor. Here's Brian Stackpole.
Thanks, Jim. Here with Coach Reed for the Hermon Hawks. And how have you felt your team has progressed? I know it's trials and tribulations, but how have you seen your team grow?
I think we've played a lot better the last 4 or 5 games. I think it took a while to get into the flow of things, figure out who we were, what we wanted to do. But it's been better the last 4 or 5 games. We've had better patience, played a little smarter offensively.
And what's one of the keys to success for you to beat Old Town and move on to the semifinals?
Well, I don't think we can play up and down the floor quite as fast as they want to. Obviously the faster they can play, the more the advantages go to them with long rebounds, and they're smaller but quicker. We've got some size inside, so we want to keep the game a little bit more in the half court, but we got to take care of the ball, and we got to guard their dribble and not give up as many shots from the three-point line as we did last time we played. So hopefully we'll do a better job of that.
Well, best of luck. Thanks for the time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Jim, Ernie, back to you.
All right, thank you very much. Brian Stackpole down on the floor talking with Garrett Libby and Mark Reed as we're just moments away from the beginning of this one. And while we have a second here, why don't we take a look at the two schools going at it here tonight, Old Town High School and Hermon High School. Of course, in the game earlier tonight, it was Orono against Hermon. And Ernie, good look at OTHS.
There it is.
Scott Gordon, the principal, and Jeremy Bousquet, the AD up at Old Town. And for the Hermon Hawks, enrollment approximately 500 students. The principal, Brian Walsh, and Rick Sinclair, the AD, has been very helpful in getting our broadcasts all lined up here today.
Two schools of very similar size. Old Town used to be a much bigger school,
yeah,
a little bit smaller, and Hermon is one of the few schools, I think, public schools at least, in the area, growing in enrollment over time as people move out into the suburbs, so to speak.
All right, we'll take a quick time out here in the pregame show. More of the pregame coming up next. This is high school basketball on Ticket TV. All right, welcome back to Hermon High School. Ernie, we got just a minute here before we'll take another quick break, and then we'll get the starting lineups. But we've got the A-Pod, 4 teams there, Bangor, Brewer, Hamden, and Nokomis. And we've got those semifinals coming up later on this week, Thursday and Friday. And then on the B side, quarterfinals, obviously, because there are 8 teams there. And then semifinals coming up later on in the week.
Those come on Friday as well. And should be an interesting game here tonight. 4 or 5 seeds, so it figures to be close.
All right, and again, coming up on Thursday night right here on Ticket TV, we've got a matchup from Brewer High School as the Witches, the number 2 seed on the A side. They will host the Nokomis Warriors as they head to Brewer in that 2-3 matchup. And we saw those two teams earlier in the season, and Nokomis lost that game against Brewer, but got some pretty good young players there.
Good young players, and they obviously have played well later in the season and knocked off a Hamden team to move ahead of the Broncos in the seedings and pick up that number 3 seed.
All right, and let's send it down on the floor, see if we can pick up the 2 rosters and starting lineups.
Number 1, Sean Hooper. Number 3, Caden Jackson. Number 5, Isaac Hayes. Number 13, Josh Harvey. Number 23, Austin Barclay. Number 33, Brady Brown. Number 35, Chester Turner. An injured not playing as Dean Carson Ellis. Here are starters for Old Town. A sophomore, number 11, Gabe Gifford. A senior, number 15, Jacob Corson. A senior, number 25, Casey Downs. A senior, number 34, Matt Seymour. And a junior, number 41, Kyle Perry. Now for your Hawks, coached by Mark Reed, assisted by Matt Murray. Number 4, Johnny McCosta. Number 10, Xavier Jets. Number 24, Pat Pelletier. Number 32, Ethan Hall. Number 33, Trey Brown. Number 34, Noah Mullins. Those next starters for the Hawks. A senior, number 14, Brady Reed. A senior, number 22, J.D. Henderson. A senior, number 23, Rod Gogan. A senior, number 44, Eli Reed. And the sophomore, number 50, Jacob Dad. The officials for this game are Mr. Prescott, Mr. Newland, and Mr. Kennedy. At this time, we ask you please rise.
All right, there you go. Starting lineups. We'll review the rosters and break it down even further. We'll take a quick time out. This is high school basketball on Ticket TV.
In Maine, we don't run.
All right, welcome back to Hermon High School, and we are just about ready for some basketball here tonight on this very nippy winter evening. Ernie, we got the wind chill well below 0 outside.
See, I never let it get past the fact that it was sunny and a beautiful blue sky all day. I didn't think about the rest of it. It was a wonderful day. I was listening to the Red Sox driving down to Brewer this afternoon, and there was baseball in the air, and none of the rest of that stuff. The wind, the cold. That's just a temporary.
Mr. Positive. I mean,
that's just a temporary
turned
diversion.
a new leaf. All right, let's take a look at the rosters. First for the visitors from Old Town. And we'll give their starting lineup, Ernie.
Yeah, starting lineup for the Old Town Coyotes, Gabe Gifford, a sophomore guard, Jacob Corson, a senior guard, Casey Davis, senior center, senior guard Matt Seymour, and junior forward Kyle Parody.
And quickly for the Hermon
For
Hawks.
the Hawks, Brady Reed, Jaden Henderson, Wyatt Gogan, Jacob Dow, and Eli Reed get the starting assignment.
All right, we are underway. First possession of the night goes to the Hermon Hawks. Here's Wyatt Gogan looking inside for Eli Reed. Kick out to Brady Reed. He misses the 3-ball from the left corner. Battle for the rebound. Players on the floor, and the arrow will give it to the Coyotes.
Yeah, good hustle there. That's going to be one of the keys for Old Town, is to be able to rebound defensively, because as Mark Reed, the Hermon coach, said during the pregame, Hermon does have a height advantage with Eli Reed and Jacob Dow up front, and so it's going to be up to the Coyotes to get defensive rebounds to set their fast break in motion.
And Matt Seymour gets the Coyotes off and running. He hits a 3 from the top of the circle. And now the Coyotes with some pressure in backcourt, broken fairly easily there by the Hawks. And they'll set it up in the half court. That's Wyatt Gogan out near the circle. Jacob Dow, the big sophomore, had it in the corner. Eli Reed back to Brady Reed. Brady Reed had an outstanding game in that first matchup between these two teams. Now they go inside to Jacob Dow, lost control of it, and it's going to be taken away here by the Coyotes. Corson goes hard to the hole, misses the shot, but he'll draw the foul.
Yeah, that's what Old Town wants to do. They want to either defensive rebound, get out on the fast break, or force turnovers, get out on the fast break. Hermon got the ball inside to Dow. He brought the ball down just enough for the defense to get to it, get their hands on it. First turnover of the game turns into free throws for Old Town.
And Corson cannot hit the first of 2. Jacob in the first game, 5 points against the Hawks. Second one is up and good. 1 for 2 at the line for Corson, and it's a 4-0 lead for the Coyotes. Just about a minute 15 into this ball game. Hermon looking to break the ice at the offensive end. Jaden Henderson. Now they wheel it around to the near side. Eli Reed drives, bounces it into the lane to Dow. He misses his first attempt, gets it back, and the putback will go. Great effort there by the sophomore.
Yeah, he's playing with a lot of confidence. His kind of coming out party was in their first meeting against Old Town when he came off the bench and scored 9 points in the first quarter.
Coyotes now on the attack. Gabe Gifford, and we're going to get a foul here against Jaden Henderson. We'll be meeting the Hermon Hawks over the course of the night. Mark Reed, their head coach, you can see him across the way, directing his unit on the floor. Seymour looking for a screen, guarded closely by Gogan. Now it's Corson going to work, spinning, gets free, and he's going to travel. There's the old spinorama.
Spinorama. It's worked in one game so far this season that we've covered.
Who was that? Dover? Or Dexter?
Dexter,
yes.
Dexter, absolutely. Dexter against MCI, I believe.
Now the Hawks, and going out for the shot there is Brady Reed, and the block. Great job there by Casey Downs. Here's a long ball, and a little too strong there from the corner. The miss by Parody, and the ball is going to be knocked out of bounds. It's going to be off the Hawks. 5:38 on the clock. Old Town with a 2-point lead. Here's Downs using the backboard as a bit of a shield there. Got the reverse up and down.
Yeah, used his body to get to the baseline and get force the defender behind him, and then, as you said, use the reverse layup to prevent the shot block.
Eli Reed. Here's Brady Reed into the paint. Uses the left hand. Nice little scoop shot there. Hard drive. And a 2. 6-4. Old Town with the lead and the basketball. And a leaner, and getting the bounce nicely for Old Town is Gabe Gifford. I didn't think he had a chance to get that one to go, Ernie.
I didn't think he realized how far away from the basket he was, but...
there's leaners, and then there's that.
Yeah, extended leaners.
Henderson wide open for three, a little too hard. Off the back of the iron, long rebound. Picked out of there by Brady Reed. Gogan had it in the corner. Now they work it around to the right side. Henderson, and that's going to be a grab as he got his shoulders beyond Parity, who reached out and grabbed the jersey. Here's the look at the leaner right there.
Yeah.
1, 2, and down.
3. Close to a travel out there as well, but was able to
Let's
pull it
not
off.
get picky.
Well, just unorthodox.
Just
That's all
stick with
that
your
was.
spinorama. Leave the leaners alone.
We know we can't do the spinorama tonight. Leanorama.
Here's Henderson trying another three. He's got this one from the left side. Jaden Henderson, who is a threat from beyond the arc with his first notch of the night.
Yeah, Trey Brown with a dribble penetration near the key, and that brought the defenders toward him just enough that Henderson was left wide open.
Trey assisting on a tray right there. Now it's Old Town going to work. Trailing for the first time. Good effort there by Parity. Missed the shot, but he sticks with it and comes up with a loose basketball on the right baseline. And stepping on the end line is going to be Old Town.
Yeah, here's that dribble penetration by Trey Brown. The kick out to the left. Henderson's defender had left him to go help out on Brown, and that was just long enough for Henderson to have the wide open three.
Old Town up 8-7. Coyotes with the 1 point lead. Now at the other end, Brady Reed forcing the action. He'll draw a foul. Sean Hoopter checking into the ball game here for the Coyotes. Casey Downs will take a seat on the Coyote bench, getting fives from his teammates. Good to see these players into this ball game here tonight. Should be a good one. Player down for the Hawks, going to be Jaden Henderson, but quickly to his feet.
Seymour with his first foul, 3 on the team, 2 on Hermon early on. Game being called relatively tightly at this point, especially compared to the regular season.
Ball comes into Eli Reed, dribbles left. Here's Brown. Guarded by Parity. Ooh, almost stepping into the passing lane there was Corson. Henderson floats one up from the right baseline, up and over the iron into the hands of Parity. Now it's Corson, left side of the lane, tries to use the window, doesn't work. Ball is loose. Who's got it? We got 3 players down. It's going to be picked up by the Coyotes. And Corson gets it outside. Here's Hoopter. Backing in, bounces it to a teammate. That is Gifford. Here's a 3 put up by Parity. He's got it. Kyle Parity extends that Old Town lead. It's now 4.
Good ball movement from Old Town after getting the second chance.
Gogan slicing through the defense. He'll float one up. That's off the backboard, a little too hard. 1 and done for the Hawks. Mark Reed was looking for better defense against the Old Town long-range shooting. Here's a 2 put up, around and out. That ball was halfway down by Seymour. No luck there.
You know, they're doing a good job of getting back against the potential fast break by Old Town. But Old Town's showing some good patience, kind of playing a little Hermon basketball in the half court and getting some good shots.
Brown lobs it inside. Reed up and under, left hand as he falls down, got the shot off, and a foul against Old Town.
They gave Gifford there. Eli Reed, son of a coach, pretty crafty in there when he gets to the low post. Here's some good ball movement by Old Town. Gifford kicking the ball back to Parity for a 3 from the right wing. That's a couple of threes already for the Coyotes.
Eli Reed hits the first of 2. Son of the coach, dips and hits. Productive trip there for Eli. Makes it 11-9 Old Town. They've got the basketball. Spinning Seymour and passes into the corner, and no connection there. Turnover, Coyotes.
Yeah, unforced turnover there. Got stopped in the lane, and with a 3-second count looming, knew he had to get rid of the ball and couldn't find anybody open.
Checking into the ball game for Coach Garrett Libby is Isaac Hayes. Corson will get a break.
1-2, 1-1. Pressure by Old Town Diamond in one three-quarter court trap, but Hermon beats it that time around.
Brady Reed tries the baseline, gets to the other side of the rim, missed the shot. And the rebound taken down by Hayes. Up ahead it goes. Hoop Terp with the lay-in for the Coyotes.
Nice trailing move by Hoop Terp to fill the lane.
Sean into the book for the first time. Cross-court pass into the hands of Gogan. Now it's Brown. Trey crossing over. Brady Reed on the wing. He's guarded closely by Hoop Terp. Brown gets it back on the right side. Now they look inside for Eli Reed, facing a couple of Coyotes. Little jump hook came up short, and it's going to be off Hermon.
That might not be, here's Old Town here. With a nice bounce pass there from Isaac Hayes to Hoop Terp, filling the lane on the left wing. That's just a nice kind of a secondary fast break by the Old Town Coyotes there for a nice looking hoop.
Sean Hoop Terp with a bit of a tip of the cap there to his teammate.
Yeah, that was a nice pass.
Hayes guarded by Eli Reed, and he will walk. Good defense there by Eli, forcing the turnover.
That's turnover number 4 on the Coyotes. Again, they're more comfortable in transition. And if Hermon can force them into the half-court game, they're going to pick up those turnovers and create some scoring opportunities for themselves.
45 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Hermon with it, down by 4. Trying to find an opening in that Old Town defense is Henderson. He misses the shot, and we got a whistle and a foul. And it's going to go against the Coyotes.
That foul's going to be on the drive, so it'll be 2 shots coming from Henderson to foul on Isaac Hayes.
Jaden Henderson at the line. And he hits the first free throw. Corson back in. Parity will check out for Coach Libby. Jaden Henderson trying to make it a 2-point affair, and he will. Good free throw shooting so far in this ball game. Just 1 miss and 6 attempts between the two teams. See if Old Town works for the final shot. 25 left to go. Guess not. Here's a fall away from the left baseline, and why not? Braden Brown knew what he was doing.
Yeah, defended well by Brady Reed, but just too good a shot from the baseline. As Old Town said, we don't need the last shot, we just need the next shot.
Here's a 3 put up by Trey Brown. Off, no good. Rebound to Hoop Terp. Ahead it goes. Can they get the shot off? Yes, they will. Beating the buzzer is Braden Brown. And the Coyotes will head to the quarter break with a ton of momentum. They lead this one by 6. And you see the fast break in the final 2 points of the first quarter.
Yeah, knowing time was running out. Good sprinter speed there by Braden Brown to finish it off just in time and extend the Old Town lead to 6.
All right, we'll keep it right here. While we have a little time, let's meet some of the Hermon Hawks playing in this ball game here tonight. Eli Reed, as we mentioned, the son of the head coach Mark Reed out of Carmel, Maine. Favorite sports team, New England Patriots. Favorite athlete, Tom Brady. I think that's why Mark Paulette, our director, went to Eli first.
You might see him 5 times in a row here. Is it?
I love these guys. We've had, on the girls' side, we had players picking finance and business as their favorite class and subject, and accounting here for Eli Reed. Favorite food, pasta. I'm with him on that. And next to basketball, his favorite sport is baseball. And his favorite basketball memory, Ernie, winning the gold basketball.
Yes, sir. Eli Reed, a freshman on that team that won the 2018 state champion, the first for the boys at Hermon High School, and a 22-0 season, which few kids and few teams can say they've done over the course of time here in the state of Maine.
All right, Old Town with the lead. It's going to be Hermon with the first possession of the second quarter. Gogan picks up his dribble, finds Brady Reed between the circles. Brady goes to Trey Brown. Trey pulls up from the free throw line, and he'll rattle one in. Trey Brown with a deuce.
Nice one-on-one move there, and Hermon's going to have to do some of that in the half court. Old Town's shown some pretty good half-court defense here early in the game.
Coyotes go to work here in the half court. Here's Corson in the lane. Couldn't get the shot to go. Pretty good defense there by Trey Brown. And the rebound to Eli Reed. Gogan looks over to Coach Reed. Now they go inside to Eli. Gets triple teamed briefly. Somebody's open. Trey Brown, right corner, off the side of the backboard. Long rebound. Knocked ahead by Old Town, but getting to the basketball first is going to be Eli Reed. Hermon had an advantage briefly. Collision, no foul, and an easy 2 for Brady Reed.
Yeah, Eli Reed is kind of the almost point guard center at this point for Hermon. He saw Brady Reed ahead with a smaller defender on him and got the ball to him quickly.
Braden Brown. Now it's Corson. He's guarded by Trey Brown. Cut off at the free throw line. Goes back to Hoogterp. Right elbow shot. Too strong. And Trey Brown rising high for the board. Again, Gogan looking to the Hermon bench for instructions. Coach Reed going with the quote-unquote smaller lineup. That means Jacob Dow has not been out there for a while. Here's Gogan using the glass nicely, showing off his strength.
Yeah, going with a more experienced lineup at this point. And Hermon's doing a good job in the low post of taking advantage of some mismatches.
Strong take there by Isaac Hayes. He'll draw the foul. Here's the Hermon offense at work.
It was Henderson getting the ball to Reed down in the low block against a smaller defender, and then Reed going strong to the basket.
Hayes at the line for the team in green here tonight. Second matchup of the season. It was Old Town's first game as Hayes does not get the role there. Old Town winning the matchup. It was Hermon's second game of the season. 65-62 the final. Coyotes with the victory.
Yeah, they were coming off a little bit of a COVID break, so they hadn't had a ton of practices before that game and did a nice job of hanging on through the 32 minutes. Now we got a violation, lane violation on Hayes for stepping over the line too soon.
So take the point off the board, and we are still tied at 17. 5:40 left in the first half. Speaking of Jacob Dow, he's back on the floor for Coach Reed. It's Gogan, Dow, Henderson, Eli Reed, and Trey Brown. Here's a steal by Corson, and he carries it. A little too excited there and cupped that basketball. Good read and poke there by Corson, but man, he pulled it.
Definitely dribbling with a left hand, right-handed player there. A little uncomfortable there, but he pulled it up, and that was the turnover, number 5 for Old Town.
Right side of the floor, it's Eli Reed. Into the post, it goes to Dow. He feeds the cutting Trey Brown, and Trey's going to end up at the line.
Again, Hermon using their size advantage here to pretty good effect in the second quarter, working the ball into the lane, using the low post presence as a passer as much as a shooter, and having other guys cut through and being ready for the pass. And that time it was Trey Brown.
Misses the first attempt. One more coming his way. Again, Old Town had the better record overall, but within the pod, a slight advantage by percentage points for the Hawks. At the other end, Corson can't get it to go. Rebound to Hermon. Still tied at 17 here at Hermon High School. Jim Churchill, Ernie Clark. Cast of thousands here tonight, literally.
Really is.
Here's Henderson, and his runner is no good, and that foul's going to go against Jaden.
Good defensive presence there, and Jaden with the shoulder into that defender, and picks up his second foul. And now he's going to sit maybe for the rest of the half.
And coming in, Xavier Jelks for the Hawks. Seymour back out there for Coach Garrett Libby. There's a 3 up and off, no good by Downs. And on the weak side is Trey Brown with the board. Trey thought he had a lane there, but it was cut off. Now it's Jeltz just into the ball game. His floater off, no good. Here come the Coyotes on the run. Corson has to save it in, but on the receiving end, Braden Brown could not collect it, so that's a turnover for the Coyotes.
They haven't had a ton of fast break opportunities, so they saw one there and went a little bit too fast for their own good.
Stuck at 17 all in this one. Dow surveys the situation. He can look over that Old Town defense at his size. Eli Reed thought about the baseline. Nothing there. Finds a wide open Trey Brown around. No good. Offensive rebound and put back by Jacob Dow is good, though.
Nice job by Dow there on the long miss by Brown. But again, ball movement by a patient Hermon offense paying dividends.
Hayes goes to Corson on the left side in the corner. Braden Brown had it briefly. Now it's Corson flipping it to Hayes. Downs back out to Braden Brown. Brown drives and has his shot rejected by another Brown. Trey with the block.
Yeah, there's the
Trey
on the other end with the three-pointer, but here's Jacob Dow, the sophomore, up. Strong rebound, uses size to his advantage, and scores on the second chance.
Good hands by Dow. That's one thing, the first thing, other than footwork, can they catch the basketball, the big guys?
And he didn't bring it down after he caught it either. He went right back up. Used that height to his advantage.
Braden Brown for three. Off the iron, no good. Here's Gogan with the carom for Hermon. He'll slow things down. Brady Reed on the near side. And he was looking for Dow. Close range pass there, and Jacob was not ready for that one.
Yeah, I think Jacob was getting ready for an offensive rebound as he thought Reed had a shot in that situation, may have, and didn't take it, and as a result, turnover.
2-point lead for the home team. Here's Downs on the right block. Seymour faked the shot. Gets it back here from Downs. Now Downs looking to set a screen. Not much space there, and the block by Gogan. And stepping on the end line, I believe, is Eli Reed as he touched the basketball. So Old Town will retain possession.
Played largely at a Hermon pace here in the second quarter, though. It's mostly half-court stuff. Old Town has yet to score, and we've got just 2:24 left in the period.
Braden Brown, here's Gabe Gifford. Guarded by Brady Reed. Gifford will try a three. Wide of the mark, no good. Downs the rebound. Here's a save in bounds by Seymour. Good hustle by the Coyotes. They'll calm things down. Here's Parody down the left side of the lane. Kicks it back. Seymour has his shot blocked again, but Gogan got a piece of the hand, I believe.
Yeah, here's the drive to the free throw line. A little pump fake to get him in the air. Looks like he might have hit the hand on that shot, and Seymour will get two at the line.
Trying to get his team even. That's a good start. 4 points now for Matt Seymour.
It's Old Town's first point of the period. Went over 6 minutes without scoring.
Next one is up, and that one is good as well. And we are tied at 19. All right, we'll keep it right here. 19 all, 1:58 left to go. And why don't we take a little time here to meet another Hermon Hawk. And it's senior Jaden Henderson, Ernie.
Jaden Henderson from Levant, Maine. Favorite sports team, Brooklyn Nets. That may be a new facet of his biography.
He's following somebody.
Favorite athlete, Kyrie Irving. I don't know that a lot of Boston Celtics fans would go for that, but he's entitled to
That's right.
his own opinion. Favorite class, English. Certainly
right up your alley.
That's a good call there. Honey barbecue wings, his favorite food, and soccer, his favorite sport next to basketball, and his favorite memory, beating Caribou.
Wow.
They beat Caribou. Oh, was it 2 years ago? Where they might have been the last team to beat Caribou that season.
I think you're right.
That first of two state championships for the Vikings. And then Wyatt Gogan from Carmel, Celtics fan, Jason Tatum fan, another English connoisseur.
That's interesting.
Chicken tenders. That's not far off from the honey barbecue wings.
You never push those away.
Yeah, he's a top-notch football player for the Hawks.
Yes.
His favorite basketball memory is the championship back, again, his freshman year in 2018.
All right. More Hawks coming your way over the course of the remainder of this ball game. Waning moments of this first half. Under 2, and Trey Brown will throw that one off the body of Braden Brown.
I was going to say that's the first time really Hermon's been caught by that trap, but Brown smart enough to knock it off a defender and give his team the inbounds play. That's really the first time they've stopped in that situation where it becomes a triple team. There's a double team, defenders and the sideline as well.
And that pass, that entry pass out of the reach of Jacob Dow across the end line. Turnover for the Hawks. Tie ball game. Minute and a half left to go here in the first. First half, that is. Seymour between the circles. He's guarded by Wyatt Gogan. Parody. Spinning, and guess what?
You just can't do it.
Just not getting the message.
It's
fun, though.
Yeah,
Look at that.
Here. Yeah. Got to dribble that ball. Got to put one more dribble down as you're going around.
All right, Hawks with it now. Trying to regain the lead in this ball game. Well, we're getting what you would expect in a 4-5 matchup. Here's Dow. Little space on that right side. Downs went down in the paint, and Dow went up for 2.
Yeah, it's kind of a double post, high-low post there. And, again, Eli Reed so smart to recognize the open teammate along the baseline, and Dow finishes strongly.
Jacob Dow now with 6. Here's Downs trying to retaliate. His shot is rejected by Jacob Dow, but Old Town gets it back. Dangerous pass there, collected by Gifford. And a reach-in foul here against the Hawks.
I mean, we saw the first meeting between these two teams back on the 26th of January, and Jacob Dow is just a much more confident player now with a month of varsity experience under his belt as a sophomore. You can just see him kind of growing in the last month as a force both offensively and defensively.
35 seconds left to go in the first half. Old Town with it. The Hermon bench getting into it across the way, standing on their feet.
Bringing the
see
energy.
that energy, yeah.
That's exactly right. Want to encourage the defense here. You've got the momentum a little bit. You got a 2-point lead. Like to take that into the halftime, I would say locker room, but they don't do it anymore.
And a pick there by Jacob Dow, showing the good hands. Knocking that basketball away and then picking it up, and a carry there by Eli Reed. So the Hawks give it right back with 3.1 on the clock. We saw that energy the other night, Ernie, in that Bangor Brewer game. Both teams loaded up their benches, and they were into it.
Yeah, brought in extra players from the sub-varsity squads to help out, and it worked for both of them in an exciting overtime game.
And that pass is going to be picked off. Can anybody get a shot off? Who's it off? It is going to be off Old Town. 0.6, so technically speaking, they could get a shot off here, Ernie.
Yeah, you can get it in and get a quick one, or you can try to throw it to the rim and have Dow try to make a tip.
Does not work, and the buzzer sounds, and that will do it for the first half of play here at Hermon High School. All right, we'll take a timeout. We'll come back with the halftime report. We've got highlights. We've got the scoring totals for you. We'll meet some more Hawks as well, and we'll even put a little spotlight on some Hall of Famers representing Old Town High School. That's coming up next. This is high school basketball on Ticket TV. Back at Hermon High School, Jim Churchill along with Ernie Clark, Mark Paulette directing the show here tonight. Jay Baines working one of the cameras along with Max Pottle, and making his debut here on our Ticket TV broadcast is Evan Susi out of UTC. And now let's take a look at some of the first half highlights. Hermon on top in this one, 21-19 at the half.
Yeah, nice tight game. Here's Matt Seymour pulling up, using the Casey Downs screen at the high post and knocking down a three-pointer. Here comes the big man for Hermon back. There's Jacob Dow, misses the first attempt but goes after the rebound against 3 Old Town players, gets it, scores off the offensive glass. Inbounds pass now coming to Casey Downs, and watch him kind of use his body to get to the baseline, get around Dow, and then use the reverse layup to prevent the shot block. Nice play there by Downs. And here's Old Town again. The leaner armor by Gabe Gifford there, kind of stuck out by the high post, but got his defender in the air and went around him for a nice shot. Here come the Hermon Hawks here. There's Trey Brown kicking it out to Jaden Henderson for 3 from the left corner. Now little post action by Old Town was Hoop Turp to Gifford to Parody for the 3-pointer. Worked the ball inside and got it back out. Here's one of the few transition opportunities for Old Town, but a nice pass from Isaac Hayes into Hoop Turp for the layup. Again, here's another fast break opportunity. Hoop Turp getting the rebound, looking down court and finding Braden Brown for the fast break layup. That gave Old Town the lead at the time, but here comes Hermon back. Jaden Henderson kicking the ball to Brady Reed. Some contact down low, no call, and Reed finishes it off. And then here's 3-point attempt by Trey Brown, and there's Jacob Dow again attacking the offensive glass and scores again. Nice first half by the sophomore. Now the pass goes into the post to Eli Reed, and he kicks the ball down to Dow, who goes over a defender, and Hermon got a lot of work done on the inside offensively there, particularly in the second quarter when they outscored Old Town 10-2 to take the 2-point lead.
All right, so there's some of the good work in the first half, and now let's take a chance here to meet a couple of Hermon Hawks. We've already met a couple of the Hawks here earlier in the broadcast, and we'll be meeting the entire roster here tonight in our broadcast. Here's Trey Brown, appropriately numbered. He's got a double Trey there, 33, Hermon, Maine, Boston Celtics favorite athlete. Noah Miles was also a member of this Hermon Hawk team. English. There must be like a tremendous English teacher or something, or program here at Hermon High School.
Must have a heck of a school newspaper or something. But yeah, English it is. And barbecue wings, a favorite food. Skiing, next favorite sport. And we mentioned the reference the Caribou win. His favorite basketball memory, a win, and it was last year as Caribou went on to win their second consecutive state championship in double overtime. And here's Jacob Dow, hometown.
First of all, can I just say,
yeah,
he's all business. I mean, there's no playing around here with Jacob.
No, he is, and you can see it on the court tonight. He's had himself a nice first half. Celtics fan, favorite athlete, just one word, Shaq.
Here you go.
Favorite subject, deviates, goes to history. I'm a history major. I can relate to that. Favorite food, pizza, baseball, his next favorite sport, and playing at the Cross Insurance Center. His favorite basketball memory. You know what that means? That means you're playing in a tournament.
Right.
Not this year, but and there's Brady Reed from Hermon. Boston Celtics, his favorite team, and Jason Tatum, his favorite athlete. Favorite subject, math. Again, a lot of pizza eaters on this Hermon basketball team, and soccer, his favorite sport as well, and favorite basketball memory, winning it all.
Taking home the gold in eighth grade. All right, very cool. All right, we're going to take a break here in the halftime reports, and when we come back, we'll get you the numbers from half number 1, and we'll also take a look at the Hall of Famers, Old Town Coyotes in the Maine Basketball Hall of Fame. That's coming up in our next segment in the halftime report. This is high school basketball on Ticket TV. Back at Hermon High School basketball here on Ticket TV. Thanks for joining us at 929theticket.com. More action coming up on Thursday night back at Brewer High School as the Witches host Nokomis on the boys' side in an A semifinal. Ernie, why don't you run down the numbers here in the first half? A 2-point lead for the homestanding Hawks.
Yeah, for the Hermon Hawks with 21 points. Pretty balanced attack. 6 different scorers led by Jacob Dow, the sophomore center, with 6 points, 5 for Jaden Henderson, 4 for Brady Reed, and 2 apiece for Wyatt Gogan, Trey Brown, and Eli Reed for a total of 21 for the Old Town Coyotes with 19. Leading the way is Matt Seymour with 5, 4 for Braden Brown, 3 for Kyle Parody, 2 apiece for Casey Downs, Gabe Gifford, and Sean Hoopturp, and 1 point for Jacob Corson for a total of 19. Rebounds are 11-10 in favor of Old Town, 3 apiece for Casey Downs and Kyle Parody, leading the way for Old Town, and for Hermon, Jacob Dow with 4, and number 33, Trey Brown with 3 turnovers so far in the game, 9 for Old Town, 6 for Hermon. So pretty tight game all the way around.
All right, great job, Ernie, in compiling all those numbers. And before we take our final break here in the halftime report, let's talk a little Maine Basketball Hall of Fame. And here are Coyotes in the Hall, Ernie.
Yes, sir. Skip Chappelle, well known in this area. Standout player, longtime University of Maine coach. Don Sturgeon as well. Dick Sturgeon, brothers, I assume?
Yep.
And Bernard McKenzie, for whom the gymnasium in
Right.
Old Town is named. So a strong group of Coyotes representing Old Town High School in the Maine Basketball Hall of Fame.
All right, let's take our final timeout. We'll be back with second half action. High school basketball on Ticket TV. Back at Hermon High School, Jim Churchill along with Ernie Clark underway here in the second half. A miss at the Old Town end and a rebound to the Hawks. Their first possession of half number 2. On the floor for the Hawks, Jacob Dow, he has the basketball now, kicks it out to Wyatt Gogan. Here's Jaden Henderson, also out there, a couple of Reeds, Eli and Brady. I'll get you the lineup for the Coyotes and Coach Garrett Libby here in just a second. Here's Brady Reed out top. Underhand flip to Gogan. Near side now it's Henderson. Bounces it into Eli Reed. Tries to split the defense and then send it to Jacob Dow across the lane. Here's 2-on-1 for the Coyotes. Can they pick up 2 and tie this one up? Yes, they will. It wasn't pretty, but finally the basketball got to Corson, and he goes off the window for 2. Jacob Corson up to 3 points now. And we're tied at 21, Ernie. We've said we are tied a lot here tonight.
First field goal since the first quarter for the Coyotes. Made just 2 free throws in the second period.
It's a tough quarter.
Yeah.
And there's Brady Reed leaning in, missed the shot. Rebound to the Coyotes. Here's the push up the right side by Gifford into the paint. Seymour had it briefly. Now they whip it around to the right side. Here's Hoopturp with the scoop and a foul against Hermon. Sean Hoopturp will toe the line for a pair.
Yeah, here's the fast break. I think that's Gifford who kind of saved the ball in bounds to Corson, who got a defender in the air and finished it off on a rare fast break for the Coyotes.
Foul was not in the act there, so Old Town puts it in play. And what do we got, a foul or a turnover? We're going to get a foul before the ball was kicked out of bounds there by the Coyotes. So once again, the play will emanate from the baseline. Sean Hoopturp along with Matt Seymour, Gabe Gifford, Jacob Corson, and the big guy Casey Downs, the starting 5 here in half number 2 for Coach Libby. And that's going to be a carry. You can see that one. Ernie made the call.
Travel, yep, indeed. He was in such a hurry, saw a lane to the basket and got to put it down. Turnovers are 7 for Hermon and now 10 for Old Town.
Yeah, first matchup, a 3-point affair. Old Town winning on the road. This one is tight as well.
Different game, though. That game was in the 60s, much faster pace, which favored the Old Town Coyotes. And here we're playing at a more of a Hermon pace in the game in the 20s here into the third quarter.
Gogan, Dow, fake the pass to the right, goes left, and Gogan's entry pass picked off by Hoopturp. Here come the Coyotes. Seymour crosses over, nothing there, gets it back to Corson. Calmly dribbles to the right. Hoopturp will fire one up. Came up short. Almost hit the ceiling here in the gymnasium with that shot. And now we got a timeout on the floor. And we're going to keep it right here. And why don't we meet a couple of more of the Hermon Hawks. Clark Pelletier from Hermon, Maine. Wears number 24. This guy right up my alley. Fan of the Boston Celtics. Favorite athlete, Jason Tatum. I would say of all the meet the whoever's, okay, Jason Tatum might have first place as far as favorite athlete.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, He's actually not much older than these guys,
Right.
when you think about it. What, 4 years older? He's 21, 22.
Favorite class, some math. Favorite food, burgers and steak. Next to basketball, his favorite sport is football, and that
They like beating
they
Caribou.
like beating
Well,
those Vikings.
they were the
Why not?
last team to do it, I believe.
All right, so I think we got something going here between Trey Brown and Noah Miles, because Noah was Trey's favorite athlete, and now we see Trey Brown showing up on Noah's.
I don't know if any cash
List.
was exchanged. These,
Now, he doesn't just like steak, he likes a particular kind of steak.
I think he likes going and getting it, the deer steak.
And he likes to race cars, and winning the freshman championship stands out for Noah.
Nothing wrong with winning hardware, that's for sure.
All right, back to work, Ernie. Enough of the fun stuff. Hermon in this tie ball game, holding on to the basketball currently. Jacob Dow, probably out of his range. Inside they go. Brady Reed, strong take. That is probably the biggest part of his game, Ernie.
Well, he's got good upper body strength. He's got a quick first step, and he's shifty enough to be able to get around several defenders and going different directions. Like on that play, he had to get around a couple of Coyotes to get that shot, but strong move.
Shifty, that's our nickname for you. Very different meaning,
I
though.
had never heard that before.
A miss. Hoopterp gets it back, and he'll scoop it up and in. Very fortunate there for the Coyotes and Hoopterp, but he stayed right there in the middle of the lane. Ball ended up in his hands and flipped it up for two. Henderson has space for a three. Cannot connect. And the rebound to the Coyotes, and Gabe Gifford almost lost it. Gets it off to Hoopterp. His pass intended for Seymour, picked off by Henderson.
You see Hermon slow that down and be content with running the half court.
Eli Reed, kick out. Gogan wide open. Around and off, no good. Hoopterp cleans up on the glass. Pass ahead. Two players on the floor. It's going to be off Hermon. And it's going to be Old Town basketball. Players entering the ball game. Trey Brown for Hermon. As Dow will check out, and in for the Coyotes is Caden Jackson. And it's going to be Corson getting a break. Here's Downs inside. Can't get the first attempt to go, but he sticks with it, and he'll get it on the second attempt.
Yeah, he just positioned himself for the shot with his body and stayed right there to get the offensive rebound and gave Hermon a little dose of its own medicine.
Here's Brady Reed again. Quick, decisive move using the left hand. Tough angle there with that left hand, but kiss it off glass for two. That three put up, off no good. Rebound to Henderson. Brady Reed now 4 points in the quarter, 8 in the ball game. They lob it inside to Brady, goes to work again, uses that left hand. This one rolls off the iron, no good, but good looking jump hook. Here is Brady Reed at work.
Yeah, you see this time the left-handed hook and gets that one to go, and then that last time another shot off the rim, but two Old Town players knocking it off each other gives Hermon a second chance.
Gogan, long pass, comes into Brown. He's being harassed there by Isaac Hayes. Trey, free throw line, kicks it out to Gogan. Doesn't feel good about that shot. Now they lob it inside to Eli Reed. Brady Reed thought about a drive, but good D there by Old Town. Here's a fall-away jumper by Eli Reed near that right elbow, and he missed it. Hoopterp, he's got a seam. He gets to the rim and lays it in.
Yeah, he's not one to pass down a drive. He knew if he got by his defender at the free throw line, he had a wide open lane to the basket and got it to fall.
Old Town back on top. They're up by 2, 27-25. Offense picking up a little bit here in this third quarter. Henderson lost it across the midcourt stripe. Had a second chance to get it back, but then off the foot. Here's Hoopterp.
Yeah, see, once he got by his defenders, nobody there, and so he was able to get the layup.
Here's a good look from behind Sean Hoopterp. Gogan stays in front. Now Hoopterp gets those shoulders past him, and he goes in for two more.
Same thing there. He had one defender to beat, and there was nobody on the help side to assist with the defense. Third basket of the period for Hoop Turf.
Old Town up by 4 now. Eli Reed, kick out Henderson, spots up for 3 and nails it. Good looking shot there by Jaden Henderson. He's got 8. And the Hawks are 2 within 1.
Here's Eli Reed, draws Henderson's defender to him on the double team, and Henderson buried the wide open 3 for his second 3-pointer of the game. He's now got 8 points.
Catch and release.
They're double teaming Eli Reed every time he gets the ball in the air of the basket, so Reed has to recognize where the double team is coming from, and if he does, as in that case, when he kicked the ball out to Henderson, there's a wide open shot for the Hawks to get them back within 1.
All right, so 1-point lead here for the Hawks, and let's meet another Hermon player. And this time it's Johnny Kokoska, number 4 out of Hermon. Interesting dynamic here. Big fan of basketball, obviously. Big fan of the Celtics, but he's number 1 athlete, a baseball player.
Like trout, social studies, the favorite
Salmon.
subject. Like salmon.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with salmon. I love salmon. Football is his favorite sport, and I believe it was that freshman championship or 8th grade championship again.
It's either Caribou or the
the
8th grade championship.
Either beat a champion or win a championship.
All right, out of the timeout, here's Hoop Terp getting creative, and he's got 2 more. How about that one?
He had nothing
Save
else
that
to do
one
with
for
the
the
ball.
highlight reel.
Throw it up, and either it goes in or I go after a rebound, and he knocked it down. He's feeling it right now.
You got to come up with a name for that one, Ernie.
It's
Words.
Scoop turf.
Oh,
How's that? That's short notice.
just like that. 2.5 seconds he comes up with that. Let's take
There
a
we
look
go.
at it.
See, now he's posted up, but good defense there, and he just kind of uses his body to nudge a little space and then just scoops it up with some English on it. And Scoop turf with the
Don't pull a
basket.
hammy there, trying to reenact that here
I
in the
know.
broadcast booth.
I'm kind of sore now when you think about it.
All right, 31-28. Very entertaining ball game. And a very competitive ball game. It's Hermon's turn. Henderson's got a couple of threes. They close out on him. Work it to the right side. Now Trey Brown falls away from the free throw line. Good looking shot there. Reminded me of Larry Bird.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he's another kid. We mentioned Dow before, but he's another kid that looks to have improved.
4 points for Trey. Half a minute left to go in the third. Inside to Brady Reed. Shot blocked by Hoop Terp. Reed gets it back. No whistle. And coming out of the pack is Hoop Terp. Here's Braden Brown teeing up a 3. That's too strong. He gets it back, floats one up, and that won't drop. And he goes at it again, and he'll pick up 2 points. How about Braden Brown?
Boy, that's how you add up the stats here. A couple of rebounds, 3 shots, and a field goal.
That's how he drew it up. We got a player
Control foul against the Hawks. I think it was Isaac Hayes that came through on the defense. That foul's going to go on
Gogan.
number 23, Wyatt Gogan, his second. And Old Town with the ball back here.
Half-court shot. It's going to be wide left by Isaac Hayes. The buzzer sounds, and that's the end of quarter number 3. 33-30 at the end of 3 here at Hermon High School. The visitors, the Old Town Coyotes, on top. This is high school basketball on Ticket TV. Quarter number 4 at Hermon, and a good start for the Hawks and Eli Reed. Solid post move there by number 44. He's got 4 points now. Old Town right back at you, though. Who's that? Caden Jackson.
Caden Jackson.
So the Coyotes get their 3-point advantage back. Henderson deals it inside. Nice move there by Eli Reed. 3 attempts, 3 makes here in the 4th.
Yeah, first 2 field goals of the game for Eli Reed, and now we got a turnover travel against the Coyotes and a 1-point game. And here's Gabe Gifford. The ball tipped away off a Hermon defender. Unlucky for the Hawks there, and right to Caden Jackson. Wyatt Gogan couldn't come up with a steal there. And here's Eli Reed working the ball in the post, fakes left, goes right, banks it in.
See, that's the spin without the rama.
You get that extra dribble there. You know, you gotta put the ball down one more time.
Or I should say the Arama.
Arama.
turnover here by the Hawks. They trail by 1. A little stutter step move there by Seymour. Shot off the front of the rim. Ball tipped around, and an attempt there, a valiant attempt to save it in by Old Town and Isaac Hayes, but Isaac stepped on the sideline, or end line. Hermon ball, chance to get back on top in this ball game. Brady Reed. Inside they go to Eli. He zips it right to Trey Brown. He's got 3. Trey for Trey. And the Hawks up by 2.
Yeah, and Eli Reed working the post again, kicking the ball out that time. Knew exactly where Trey Brown would be, and that's a play they've practiced tons of time throughout the winter.
Hoop Terp caught in a pickle, can't get out of this one. Gets it back to his teammate Brown. Seymour. Little stutter step move, crossover, left elbow shot is good. Solid right there from number 33, Braden Brown. He is up to 8 points.
It was Seymour.
Was it?
Yeah,
All right.
34.
I want to make sure Seymour's not on the floor, though. Oh, yes, he is. I'm sorry. So Seymour with the deuce, and at the other end,
Gogan off the pass from Henderson. Again in the low post. Both these teams going to the basket.
and here comes Hoop Terp again, getting to the basket and laying it in. He's up to 12. 5:20, a lot of time left in this one, Ernie. We're going to see some more great plays from these two sides. Gogan thought about the 3. Eli Reed will take it, and that's a round and out. And the follow, though, by Trey Brown. Back and forth we go.
Well, I'll tell you what, no problem scoring right at the moment.
Seymour's feeling it. That is short. Hustles back into the middle of the fray. Gets it back. Hayes facing up against Eli Reed. Misses it. And finally Jaden Henderson will come away with a rebound. You know what, Ernie? There's nobody in here. It's been a tough year, but this is fun.
Oh,
These
it's a
guys
lot
are
of
having
fun.
some fun.
And these kids are playing hard, too.
Yes. Trey Brown for 3. Off, and we got some good boxing out there by the Coyotes. Maybe too good on the far side as Caden Jackson was working against Eli Reed. They went tumbling to the floor, and the foul is going to be against Caden.
Yeah, there's Brady Reed kicking the ball left to Jaden Henderson. Nice bounce pass again, this time to Wyatt Gogan off the glass and in. And now Hoop Terp again gets by his defender. Gets some help this time, but a little scoop Terp action, and it goes.
Better patent that.
I know. Too bad he's a
Are there any
senior.
more? I was going to say, he's the third of 3, right?
Yeah, I believe
I
so.
don't know if there's any more Hoop Terps coming our way. Halfway through the fourth quarter. 1 possession game. Hermon trying to extend the lead. The miss there by Trey Brown in the paint. Here comes Seymour. He's in the paint at the other end. Kicks it out to Corson, who's back out there for Coach Garrett Libby. Just watching the players on the bench, too. They are into this. They are reacting to every play. Here's Corson picking up 2 for the Coyotes. 41 all.
They don't want their season to end. You never want your season to end.
Unless you're hoisting the gold basketball.
Indeed.
Gogan backs it out. Brady Reed. He's been quiet here in recent moments, but we know he can carry the Hawks for periods of time. They're feeding Eli Reed. Henderson, look at that ball being worked around the perimeter.
Yeah, Hermon doesn't mind making Old Town play some defense here.
And a good job there by the Hawks, not forcing anything. Henderson calmly passes it to Gogan on the right wing. Now they look inside for Eli Reed. Jump hook, off glass, 2.
Yeah, he's had a quiet night until fourth quarter, and he's just establishing position down the low post. And He knows how to use the backboard to his advantage once he gets the ball there.
Hermon 43, Old Town 41. It's the Coyotes' turn. Here's Corson, and that's going to be against Jacob as he pushed off with that right arm.
Yeah, that was an easy one there. And here's Gogan. Watch Reed now in the position, knew exactly where he was to use the backboard at a sharp angle to get that to drop for his third hoop of the period.
All right, we'll keep it right here. Get a timeout called with 2:32 left as we take a close look there at the Hermon Hawks huddle, and then we take a close look here at Xavier Jelks, number 10, Ernie.
Geez, guess who he likes?
Jason Tatum.
Celtics and Jason Tatum. Likes math, fried chicken, soccer, and, of course, that freshman championship.
Right.
Felt so good, they want to win it again. That might have been, Jelks is a sophomore. That would have been last year that
Right.
Hermon captured the regional freshman championship. So these guys, the young kids on the team, used to winning. And they're going to get their chance of getting some playing time here as sophomores during this abbreviated season, and they're going to have a lot of time to play over the next couple of years.
Let's take a look at our local lineup on Sports Radio 92.9 The Tickets. Weekday mornings from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. It's the morning line, and then the drive weekdays from 4 to 6. Now, I was out here preparing for this doubleheader here tonight. You and Mark were in the Greenway Equipment Studios. Got a little bit of a late start, costing you some airtime, Ernie. Red Sox baseball going to 4:10, but after that, it was glorious as usual.
Save me a little energy for this game tonight.
I think we're going to need it. 2:20 left to go. One possession game. Hermon, the home court advantage here tonight. They're up by 2. Benches are into it.
Yeah, Old Town's up the defensive intensity a little bit, coming out farther toward half court, but so far Hermon able to handle it and run some clock. Nearly a half minute already since the timeout.
Under 2 minutes left. Trey Brown out deep. Trey Brown, Eli Reed, Jaden Henderson, Brady Reed, and Wyatt Gogan on the floor for Coach Mark Reed. Hawks salting away some time. Dangerous pass there, almost picked off by Seymour, and that's going to be a block, and it's going to go against Sean Hoopter.
But just foul number 4 against Old Town here in the half. Just 3 against Hermon, so a pretty clean half defensively, but there'll be some time before you can see that foul right there. Going to be some time before there's free throw shooting, so an opportunity for Hermon to run some more clock, although now we're going to have a turnover, a foul on Old Town, Hermon before the ball is inbounded against Jaden Henderson, I believe.
Yeah, I think he pushed off there.
Trying to get open.
Coyote.
Tight defense there. Now Old Town with the ball back and a 2-point deficit.
Hoopter walks it across the midcourt stripe. Now angles right. Tries to split the defense. Going to be knocked away by the Hawks, so they get it right back. Gogan fending off Hoopter. Now it's Brown near the sideline, and he almost lost it. Gogan has it. 1:10 left to go. Here's a steal by Seymour. 2-on-1 for the Coyotes. Seymour off glass, no good. The tip is going to be good by Corson. And we are tied at 43. Now it's the Hawks trying to get that lead back. And Mark Reed wants to chat about things. 53 seconds up on the clock.
Yeah, here's Seymour going to the basket after that turnover. Missed the first one, but there's all kinds of Coyotes there for the offensive rebound. And Corson's the one that grabs it and scores. Hermon not doing a good job of getting back after the turnover. And we've got ourselves a tie game. For 53 seconds left. Really no surprise based on the first game of the year, the fact that they were 4-5 in the seedings in this pool, and the game has sped up as of late. Hermon had the advantage in the third quarter. Old Town, I would say, has had the advantage here in the fourth quarter, getting some transition going and putting a little bit more pressure on Hermon's offensively in the half court. Hermon's had a couple situations where they've had a player wide open underneath the basket while the Old Town defense was coming out to pressure the perimeter players, but just so much perimeter pressure that Hermon couldn't recognize, in one case, Eli Reed wide open, and as a result, a turnover followed, and we're all even.
Yeah, I can see both coaches, head coaches, and coaching staffs working hard in those huddles. Tell me these guys aren't playing for something. 43-43 is the score. 53 seconds on the clock. Hermon with the basketball. In the backcourt it goes to Wyatt Gogan. He'll advance it into the front court. And we got a whistle. And was that a carry? Let's see what they called here. Yeah.
No, he called travel.
Yeah.
So travel it is with 46.3 left.
All right, now the ball in the hands of the Coyotes. Garrett Libby, the coach, hands in pockets, across the way, watching his team. And now it looks like the Coyotes are going to hold on to that basketball, or at least try to, and get the final shot of the ball game and hope it's a winner. Down to 20 seconds now. Seymour looks up at the clock, backs it off. He's guarded by Henderson. Screen there from Jackson. Seymour to Jackson. Hoop Terp will try the three, and he'll hit! Ended up on the floor, but he hits the three, and now 4 seconds left. Eli Reed will try a three, and he'll hit! Oh my goodness, beating the buzzer! Eli Reed from just about half court. Three by Old Town. And now a three by Hermon. Here's the Old Town three.
There's Hoop Terp. Defense is there. Gogan, but it went over the top, and here's time running down.
Looked like a Draymond there.
Eli Reed pulls up in the center circle. Bang! As time expires. So that's 84 feet, 42 minus about 4 or 5. That was a 37 or 38-foot three-pointer by Eli Reed, and tie it up. But he, to his credit, on that last one, he was able to square himself up and get a straightaway shot, and knocked it down. I think he's probably made a few of those in practice at times. Maybe one a bet or two.
What a fantastic finish.
Outstanding.
To regulation. And now we're going to head to an extra 4 minutes overtime between the Coyotes and the Hawks here at Hermon High School. And now we'll see Ernie, who has the stamina. I think both teams certainly have the energy and the adrenaline going by now.
Well, and both teams used a good number of players over the course of the 32 minutes. So it is a little different this year with the masks and whatnot. But certainly Reed, for instance, in that fourth quarter for Hermon with 9 points. And Hoop Terp's been big in the second half with 13 of his 15. So those guys, kind of the guys to look out for scoring-wise for each team.
All right, here we go. Extra period. Old Town with it. They flip the coin. Hoop Terp, first shot, rolls off, and the ball is loose, and it's going to be off Caden Jackson. So Hermon basketball. Now the Coyotes, the dead ball, will set up in some full court pressure. And Hermon will clear the floor for Wyatt Gogan. He's guarded by Seymour. Brady Reed fires it into Eli Reed, and he's going to get fouled. And it looks like it's going to go against Seymour, I believe. Yes, that is the case.
Team foul number 5 on Hermon, 5 on Old Town, 4 on Hermon.
It's been another good part of the game. We're not even all that close to a 1-on-1 situation. Hawks get the deuce there. Is that Trey Brown?
Trey Brown off the inbounds pass from Gogan.
Now Old Town, play called by Garrett Libby. Here's Braden Brown. Seymour near side, guarded by Henderson. Jaden playing with 3 fouls, not worried about that right now. Ball is loose, almost taken away there by the Hawks, but saved in the front court by Braden Brown for Old Town. Seymour goes to work, pulls up from the free throw line. Line drive shot is good.
Tough shot there, going to his right, pulled up, and there was a defender all over him, but was just able to get over the top and launch a line drive for his 6th and 7th point of the night. 8th and 9th point of the night.
It's been a game of volleys. I know you're a big fan of tennis, Ernie, and
It's going back and forth.
Kind of felt like that.
Really has lately.
2:44 on the clock, and we've got a timeout. We will take it as well. Tie ball game in overtime. This is high school basketball and Ticket TV. Welcome back to Hermon High School. Jim Churchill, Ernie Clark, and our Ticket TV crew. Great to have you with us here at 929theticket.com. We got a beauty going on. We're playing in overtime, all tied at 48. Just about 2.5 minutes left to go in OT. Hermon with the basketball out of the timeout. Mark Reed has made his point. Now let's see if his team can execute here at the offensive end of the floor. Brady Reed. Little flip to Wyatt Gogan. Hawks in no hurry here, Ernie.
No, don't have to be.
Eli Reed in the paint, kick out, right corner, three is up by Brady Reed off the side of the backboard. And the rebound into the hands of the Coyotes. Under 2 minutes here in overtime. Here's Corson in the lane, some contact, count the hoop and one. Corson with a strong take into the paint, felt the contact, released the shot, it went down, and now he'll try to complete the three-point play.
Yeah, his defender was sagging off. That was Brady Reed there, and excuse me, Corson got a run of momentum there. There was some contact and good upper body strength by Corson to finish off that play and get a chance for a three-point play.
You heard the reaction from the Old Town bench, and he knocks down the free throw. And it's now a three-point advantage for the Coyotes. Gogan on the wing to Brady Reed. Eli Reed, open is Trey Brown, and he hits. Big hit there for Trey.
Yeah, kick out from Eli Reed. That time, Brown inside the three-point line quite a bit, about a 15-foot jumper, but a
Smooth.
nice soft touch, yes.
Yeah. Quick release. Still a 1-point lead, though, for the Coyotes. Here's Gabe Gifford. Braden Brown. He's been in the ball game. He's been very active. Caden Jackson with a handoff there to Corson. Gifford in front of the Old Town bench. Henderson trying to pick his pocket, unsuccessful. Here's Corson, and now it's the Coyotes in no hurry. And getting some space and driving in as Jackson couldn't hit the layup. And now it's Hermon with the basketball. All of a sudden, the C's parted there for Caden Jackson. I think he might have been a little surprised that he was that wide open.
Yeah, too open for his own good there.
Gogan. 1 foot on the E, 1 foot on the R. Thought better of it. We can get a better shot than this. Here's Reed, Brady that is. Doesn't get the bounce, ripping it out of there is Corson. Up ahead it goes to Gifford. Another layup attempt here by the Coyotes, and this time they will not miss. That's Braden Brown, and the lead is back to 3 for Old Town, and we are down to the final 12 seconds. And Mark Reed once again will call timeout.
Yeah, here's Corson. See how far away Brady Reed is defensively. He's trying to help out. And now Corson takes the ball to him and just muscles it up. And here's a fast break from the Coyotes and a nice bounce pass from Gifford, this time to Braden Brown, and he finishes off the layup. And still a one-possession game, but the Hawks need a three-pointer.
All right, you see Wyatt Gogan there. He's one of the seniors on this Hermon team, and here's a salute to all 4 seniors on the Hawks.
Yep, all 4 playing major roles in their game here tonight. Eli Reed, Wyatt Gogan, Brady Reed, and Jaden Henderson. They're down to their final possession here. It's 11.8 seconds left, and whether their high school careers continue beyond this or not, we'll find out soon enough.
All right, just over 11 seconds on the clock. It's going to be Hermon basketball. They've already had one dramatic three from Eli Reed to send it to overtime right after a three by Old Town and Sean Hoopturp.
16 fouls against Old Town, 5 against Hermon. So if Old Town fouls, it'll be free throws, but just 1 and 1.
And it comes to Gogan. 10 seconds. Here's Henderson on the right side. drives the baseline, tries to get it in the corner to Eli Reed. He flings it up there. No good. Ball tipped around, finally collected by Corson, and the Coyotes will prevail in overtime as they hold on for a 53-50 win over the Hermon Hawks here on the Hawks' home court.
Well, that's just a hard-earned victory by the Coyotes. They just had a little bit extra energy there in the overtime period. Just looking here for keys. Corson came up big for one. He just seemed to be awful energetic, getting things done, whether it was a drive to the basket or a couple of key rebounds when they needed it, and that big three-point play, which broke the 48-48 tie and gave the Coyotes a lead for good.
All right, so Old Town prevails for the second time this year here at Hermon High School by 3 points, and they win this quarterfinal matchup, and they'll head to the semifinals. All right, we'll take a timeout. When we come back, it'll be time for the post-game show here on Ticket TV. Welcome back. Hermon High School, Jim Churchill along with Ernie Clark, and let's take a look at some of the highlights in this 53-50 win for the Old Town Coyotes.
Yeah, here comes Gifford losing the ball, but he comes back off a defender to Caden Jackson for, I believe, his only basket of the game, but a key one as it was. Now here's Eli Reed faking to his left, going back right to the baseline, and nice strong post move there. Ball's kicked in from Brady Reed to Eli Reed across the opposite side for Trey Brown, and another three-pointer for him. He had at least a couple of those tonight. Here's Sean Hoopturp with a scoop to tie the game at 39. Now Hermon working the ball. Here comes Eli Reed, again getting open in the low post, and he's just too big for Caden Jackson there as he goes up and over the top. Fast break time for the Old Town Coyotes, and that's Matt Seymour. A good defense by Gogan initially, but the follow-up shot by Corson, who was at the right place at the right time throughout the late stages of this game. Old Town again getting the ball to Hoopturp for a three. Yep, tripped up, or tried to get himself tripped up, but the three went in. Here comes Eli Reed, time running down, gets set just in front of half court, and the straightaway three is good to send this game into overtime. Now here's the pivotal basket of the game right here as Corson goes into Brady Reed, makes the shot, gets fouled, makes the free throw. It's 51-48 Old Town, and now 51-50 as the fast break by the Coyotes is capped off by Braden Brown with another layup, and the Coyotes for the second time this season with a 3-point win over the Hermon Hawks. Opened the season with a 3-point win here, 65-62, and then advance in these pod playoffs with a 53-50 overtime win.
Yeah, you see all right there, Old Town improving to 8-5 on the season, and for the Hermon Hawks, they will finish up at 5-8 here in this shortened 2021 season. All right, we'll take another quick timeout. We'll come back. We'll wrap up the scoring. We'll look ahead. That is coming your way on the postgame report. This is high school basketball on Ticket TV. Back at Hermon High School as the postgame show rolls on here on Ticket TV. Giving you the highlights, and Ernie is continuing to calculate those final numbers. You see the final score right there. Old Town defeating Hermon on the road 53-50, and Coyotes will play on.
They will play on. Want some scoring?
Yeah.
Scoring first off for the Hermon Hawks. 15 for Trey Brown, 11 for Eli Reed, 8 apiece for Brady Reed and Jaden Henderson, 6 for Jacob Dow, and 2 for Wyatt Gogan. That's a total of 50. And for the Old Town Coyotes, Sean Hoopturp leading the way with 15, 10 for Jacob Corson, 9 for Matt Seymour, 8 for Braden Brown, 4 for Casey Downs, 3 for Kyle Parody, and 2 apiece for Caden Jackson and Gabe Gifford for a total of 53. Again, final score was Old Town 53, Hermon 50 in overtime.
All right, and the Coyotes, their next matchup, they're going to be taking on the winner of the Ellsworth MDI game, which was number 1 against number 8.
Yeah, the last time they met, actually, MDI beat
upset,
Ellsworth in Old Town. And, MDI beat Ellsworth down on the island, and kind of doing a quick check here to see if I can find anything along those lines. It might tell us who won. Ellsworth's a nice team. We saw them against Brewer, and Brewer beat them, but they that was a quality game from a very young Ellsworth team. So if that's a matchup, be interesting to see.
Yeah, that was a 7:15 start. Maybe Mark Paulette, can you check in with our buddy Chris Popper and see if he's got a score on that?
He would know.
He would know. He would be at that game. But anyway, see ya. It's going to be interesting because this Old Town team, scrappy, feisty, whatever kind of word you want to use, and also see down on the floor Wyatt Gogan, long and storied career in a few sports here at Hermon High School, walking off the court for the final time here tonight.
Yeah, he's a pretty good baseball player. He's still got the spring, but he's a 3-sport athlete certainly at Hermon High School, and you hate to have any of these seasons come to an end, especially when it's the last one. It's your senior year, and but very few teams win their last game, and so and they gave it all they had. They came close. It was again a one-possession game right at the very end, and the Coyotes were able to pull it off. Nice win for Garrett Libby and his club. Coming on the road to beat Hermon twice this season. The home court advantage may not be the same as it was in the past when you fill the stands with fans, but there's something to be said for familiarity, and Old Town was able to shake that off in a game that, in large respect, was played much more at Hermon's pace than in the previous meeting this season. But they hung around, didn't make too many mistakes, capitalized on some fast break opportunities when they had a chance, and then you had a kid like Jacob Corson just come up big late in the game, seemingly around every rebound and getting the key baskets, including the go-ahead basket. You need that leadership from in this case from Corson, who is one of 7 seniors on the Hermon roster, and that experienced play made the difference as the Coyotes advance and beat Hermon in the tournament essentially for the second straight year.
Yeah. All right, well, that's going to wrap things up here tonight. Do want to remind you, coming up on Thursday night will be at Brewer High School, a matchup between the Comus and the Brewer Witches boys, and that game will tip off, or get started, I should say, at 7 p.m. at Brewer High School. That is a 2 versus 3 matchup. Brewer, the number 2 seed, and Bangor taking on Hamden in the 1-4 matchup, and then we'll head to the finals in A, the finals in B, but we've got some semifinals coming up in B first of all, and we'll update our schedule for the latter part of the week. But Brewer and Nokomis coming up on Thursday night at 7 right here on Ticket TV. Thanks to our crew here tonight, Jay Baines, who directed the show in the first game. The Hawks girls, by the way, won that game 64-34. And also thanks to Max Pottle and Evan Susi making his debut here on our Ticket TV crew. Mark Paulette, the director, here in game number 2. And as always, Ernie, thank you very much for your services here tonight.
My pleasure.
Jim Churchill saying so long from Hermon High School. The final in the boys' game, the Old Town Coyotes 53, the Hermon Hawks 50. This has been high school basketball on Ticket TV.